Hello everyone, Chaim Malevsky here, out of the west side. Today we're going to run on the road less traveled over here, a little bit less populated than the reservoir, which is right up there. But this is, I think it's called the bridle path. Reservoir, so we can still see, you can almost see the water. Okay, so in today's talk, I braved repeating a talk that I once gave already because it's one of my most favorite concepts that I've heard. So about a year ago, this concept was mentioned right here in the running commentary, probably on the reservoir. So, but I relearned it this year, and I think it's very powerful to share. It's the concept of a broken heart. We all have heard the term, we all use it. The broken heart, the broken heart. The Rebbe, and he said that there's not, he said, quoted another Rebbe, a previous Rebbe, I'm not sure which one, but he said there's nothing more whole. In Yiddish the words are "Nishtakin ganzen Zach." It's a broken heart. There's nothing more whole, more complete than a broken heart. And the Rebbe said that if this is something that was quoted by one of the Rebbes, then it's not a play on words. It's something real, and it's something true. And if it's real and if it's true, there's another perspective that the Rebbe taught, which is, I think, revolutionary. Then it needs to manifest itself in the Jewish law, in halacha. So where do we see this concept of nothing more whole than a broken heart manifest itself in the Jewish law, in halacha? That's the question. Now let's find the answer. So the Rebbe says that in the whole world, the world's mission is a mission of, God created a multitude of things, created everything, created a lot of things, and then the world's mission is to bring from that multitude into one, to make from the many one, bring it to the oneness of God, to the oneness, to the one in God, like Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, God is one. So the Rebbe said that in all the mitzvahs, the general purpose is to bring the world closer to God, to create a closeness between the world and God. Now, that's in every mitzvah. In some mitzvahs more than others, and especially in a mitzvah whose name demonstrates its purpose to bring closeness, which is korban. The korban means sacrifice. And we translate a sacrifice in English, but it actually means korban, means the one that brings close. The word karov means closeness. So we have a specific mitzvah, more than any others, whose purpose is to bring closeness between the world and God. And that's the korban, demonstrated by its name, which has the word karov in it. It's a closeness concept. So, now within the world of korbanot, also, there are varying levels of closeness and of this element of the closeness that the korban brings to God. And how do we see this? the Rebbe says we see this, there's a Mishnah, the Jewish law, that says that Kol HaKorbanot Shenishchatu Shelo Lishman Ksherin Chutz Min HaChatat, and there are other versions, but right now we're talking about this one. That all the korbanot, all the sacrifices that were slaughtered without the specific intent of the offer of the person who is bringing it, the korban is still accepted as a korban, as an offering to God. The person doesn't fulfill their obligation. It's a specific obligation for which it was intended, but it's still accepted as an offering of nedava, as a donation, except for the korban chatat, except for the one korban that we're talking about today, which is the korban of, called chatat. Chatat means transgression. When a person makes a mistake, transgresses one of the mitzvah of God, and he wants to bring a korban, tries to ask forgiveness. So this korban, if it's not done perfectly aligned, including the intent of the person offering, it's not accepted at all. It's not even accepted as an offering, as a donation. This demonstrates that the whole purpose of this korban chatat is only for the forgiveness of this person's sin. It's not for, there's nothing else involved in it. There's no offering part of it that could be separated from the sin offering. The details of the korban all have to be perfect, says the Rebbe, and in the hierarchy from the lowest to the highest. The wood on which the altar, on which the offering will be burned, needs to be perfect wood. Can't have any worms in it or any insects. The altar itself has to be perfect without any blemishes or scratches. The animal that is offered has to be perfect without any blemishes or scratches. The Kohen who's offering the sacrifice needs to be complete, shalem, tamim. And then finally, the person who offers it, the highest level, he needs to be complete, and the highest level of his completeness in this realm is his intent for this korban. And what is the intent of a korban, of a sin offering, of a korban chatat? The intent of that offering is that the person completely regrets that what he's done, completely with his whole heart. And that is the definition of a broken heart. Says the Rebbe, here we see a halachic manifestation of the concept that there's nothing more wholesome than a broken heart, because the korban of this man, the korban chatat, is not complete unless this person has a broken heart, and that makes it complete. That's the story for today. God bless you all. Take care.